Welcome back, everybody, to Starfield. So, we are in the early stages of introducing webcam and where are my engines? There we go. Introducing webcam and commentary to all of our series. So, this is the first one in this series. Now, I don't remember where we left off. Let me see. Travel to Neon. That's what I was doing. Okay, so we gotta go get the... In order to retrieve the conduit grid technology, I need to travel to Neon to meet up with Estelle Vincent, the Crimson Fleet's captain based out of the hedonistic city. So one thing I want to mention before we get started, you may have noticed over the past couple episodes that I gained like a gazillion credits and a bunch of other stuff. It's because I've been trying to get those dolls, little action figures, and I've been grinding out a specific ship in the Crimson Fleet questline. And that's why I've got a lot of keys and a lot of digipicks and a lot of credits. So that's why you see me have a bunch more stuff between episodes. I did a similar thing whenever I paused to do the Terran Armada DLC and came back to this series. I jumped like 20 levels. So that's why you see that. But let's head to Neon and see what we can get into. I'll have a webcam soon, but for now, I'm just going to do commentary on this episode. Good Lord, Katie. What is all the purple? Oh, okay. All right. Let's go see what we can get into. Now, there may be some kinks I have to work out, like whether or not you can hear me. I'll look at all that later on.
Won't hurt you. Don't stop unless you're told to do so.
There's a bounty on it. Get that cleared as soon as possible. You know what's good for you.
There's a bounty on me?
New around here? Make certain you familiarize yourself with our rules and regulations regarding the transport of Aurora. After all, you don't want to end up like Nishar, do you?
Now, Nishar was the person we met at the very beginning of the series. They got arrested.
And for your own good, I urge you to listen carefully. First and foremost, the interplanetary transport of Aurora is strictly forbidden. Anyone caught transporting the substance through this checkpoint will be arrested, fined, and jailed if necessary.
I can legally carry it around the city?
You are free to carry and use Aurora anywhere within the city limits, yes.
Wouldn't dream of it.
Good. Then you won't have any problems from me. The other regulation you should be aware of is that Aurora is only available for purchase in the Astral Lounge. Buying it from any other business or a street dealer is illegal. You will be arrested, fined, and jailed for participating in such a transaction.
Where's the Astro Lounge?
You can find it inside the trade tower. Take the elevators up to the terminal building and head across Bayou Plaza. You can't miss it.
Got it.
Perfect. All right then, that's it. If you have any additional questions, let me know. Otherwise, keep your nose clean and move along.
How did a chem like Aurora become legal to buy and use in Neon?
Aurora is the #1 product produced by Xenofresh Fisheries, the company that originally founded what is now called Neon. Clinical studies sponsored by Xenofresh have proven that using Aurora has no long-term negative health effects, and so it was approved for public use. And before you ask, yes, this was also approved by the Freestar Collective, as long as Aurora stays within the city limits.
Why was I scanned by free charge ships when I entered orbit?
Volii Alpha has a unique agreement with the Freestar Collective. We allow their ships to patrol the spaceways, and Neon Security maintains the peace within Neon itself. The only exception is the Freestar Ranger outpost located in the city, but Ranger Price fully cooperates with our department.
How did you end up getting stuck on this lousy guard posting?
Lousy? The hell are you talking about? Outside of working the Astro Lounge, this is one of the most secure jobs you can get. Do you have any idea how many people get turned away from Neon security? How about half the damn platform? No, I'm one of the lucky ones. Spend some time in Ebside and you'll see what I mean.
What's Ebside?
Worst part of Neon. Basically, it's the outer perimeter of the entire platform. We're talking poverty, drug dealers, lowlives, and gangs. It's not worth a visit. If you want to enjoy your visit, stick to the safer parts of town.
All right. Well, I was gonna check see if I had a bounty, but I guess not. Okay. Speaking of Ebside, that's where we're going. So I guess that worked out good.
This is no place for tourists, believe me.
Okay, Madame Sauvage.
The Astro Lounge got you down. You're in the right place, baby. Everyone knows.
The best trip into settled systems. Aurora.
So come on in. Enjoy
Delicious, nutritious trawl.
and toss back one
Slurp in a tube today.
velocity cocktails.
No, thank you.
But so
I think I'll pass.
Look, I ain't gonna stand around here all day, right? You want the stuff or not?
Let me clear my bounty while I'm here. Our records indicate that you are not wanted by any faction within the settled systems at this time. Okay, I wonder why she said that.
The strikers are upstairs.
Here we are.
You looking to get zoned?
Still cheaper than
Zoned.
at the Astro Lounge.
Yeah, you know, dusted, glazed, frosted. Hi. If you aren't here to buy some Aurora, then what the heck do you want?
I'm looking for you.
Yeah? Well, if I had a credit for every time I heard that line, I wouldn't be stuck working in this place. So, I'm guessing you're the rook that Delgado sent. Well, let me save both of us some time. Turn around, fly back to the key, and tell the big boss that I'm in no mood to screw around. We'll make this deal when he starts taking me seriously.
Who said no one's taking you seriously?
Come on, give me a break. You're not exactly a top dog over there at the key, now are you? Sending me a rook to handle a job this risky is a goddamn insult.
Whoa. Okay. I need specifics.
Specifics, huh? Okay, fine. I spent the last 3 months setting up this job, burned 2 contacts and a hell of a lot of credits. The whole time, I'm also keeping Bayou off our backs. That idiot even catches a whiff of money and he latches onto you like a damn leech.
Bayou? Who the heck is that?
Benjamin Bayou, Neon's esteemed mayor, or administrator, or whatever the hell you want to call him. He's also the greediest bastard you'll ever meet. Got his fingers in everyone's business, and the muscle to back it up. The only reason I'm allowed to operate on Neon is because I pay well to keep my involvement off his radar. The last thing I need right now is an amateur like you getting me kicked off world.
She must not have heard about our recent exploits. We both need to do what we're told.
Yep, just like a couple of Model A's. Program us, point us in the right direction, and watch us go. I don't have a ton of time to stand here and screw around, so I'm gonna make this as clear as possible. You want the conduction grid tech, then you're gonna have to download it from the power core of Generdyne's facility in the underbelly.
What kind of facility are we talking about?
I'm talking about Generdyne's main power plant for Neon. All their cushy offices might be up in the trade tower, but the nuts and bolts of their operation are running beneath the city.
Excuse me. Where's the underbelly?
Beneath your feet, genius. It's the lowest level of Neon. Generdyne and Xenofresh are down there, along with some of the finest cuisine in the city.
Are you talking about the chasm bass? No, thank you. What exactly is the power core?
Some fancy name the brain-trusted Generdyne calls the room where all the power from the conduction grid is stored. Cute, right? Hey, don't look at me. I didn't build the damn thing. All I know is that the tech inside the place is valuable.
That sounds easy enough.
Love the confidence. But before you pull the ripcord, I'm afraid I need to add a bit of a wrinkle. While you're inside Generdyne, I need you to plant a virus into their system. It's a simple side job that'll earn you some credits. I think you can handle it.
Why should I bother doing this for you?
The elevator doesn't exactly go to the top floor in that head of yours, does it? Everything in the Crimson Fleet is accomplished through a decent helping of give and take. As in, I'm not going to give you the information to get your precious data unless you take this virus and upload it like I asked.
Delgado never mentioned anything about a virus.
That's because you're planning it for me as a favor. Generdyne has all sorts of tasty, valuable snacks in their databanks, and I want access. Here, take this microdrive and access the computer in Brayson Bayou's office. It'll do the rest on its own.
Why do you need to access their data?
Let's just say that information can be just as lucrative as selling Aurora, and keep it at that, okay? But don't worry, I promised Delgado that when it came to the conduction grid data, that's his territory. I won't touch it.
Another Bayou works at Generdyne?
Yep, nepotism has its advantages. Word on the street is that the Generdyne gig is the only one Benjamin could get for his younger brother. He's not the brightest.
That could work to our advantage. I can use my research methods. This high-speed wireless data collection siphon should make the job a cinch.
It might be wireless, but you aren't going to be able to use it from here, genius. Generdyne's got their place locked down tight. But, as usual, the weak link comes from the people that work there. I recommend you start with Ayumi Komiko, an upper-level exec at Generdyne. Get your hands on her security pass, and you'll have the run of the place.
What will I need a security pass for?
You should be asking what won't you need it for. The facility is closed to the general public, and they keep all of their important files encrypted. Not to mention the fact that there's going to be all sorts of nasty security inside you're going to want to bypass.
There's got to be a catch.
The catch is that Komiko's having a little fling with Benjamin Bayou. Anyway, you can find Komiko at Euphorica. Talk to the owner of the place, Micah. She'll point you in the right direction. As for dealing with Komiko herself, she's got an office in the trade tower if you're looking for something incriminating. The rest is up to you, Rook. When you're done, come meet me at the VIP booth in the Astral Lounge so we can celebrate.
Can you tell me anything useful about Generdyne?
Not much to tell, really. Thanks to their nifty little conduction grid, they're able to provide power for the entirety of Neon. Damn thing was supposed to be some kind of miracle invention, turning lightning into usable electricity. Neat trick, right? Only catch is that you need a planet like Voli, where lightning strikes often enough to make it feasible. Guess how many of those exist? Ding! If you said 0, you're absolutely correct. So Generdyne has been in dire financial straits for years.
That sounds like a smart business decision. What's the conduction grid?
It's that hideous canopy over the center of the city that keeps the rich folks dry. Some folks around here call it the span. I think it's a massive eyesore, like some sort of a modern art piece gone haywire. You can't miss it. Just poke your head outside and look up.
I'm amazed they're still around.
You're not the only one. The only reason they haven't folded is because they charge exorbitant fees for power. I'm talking 2 or 3 times what it costs in New Atlantis. Okay, now, on to round 2 of our little game. Guess who has a major stake in Generdyne and soaks up all that delicious profit?
People have no alternatives for receiving power?
Not a single one. In fact, there are no legal alternatives for anything in this godforsaken city. The only thing people can do is deal with the bullshit and try to get on with their miserable lives. But let's get back to round 2 of our little game. Guess who has a major stake in Generdyne and soaks up all its delicious profit?
I was going to say Benjamin Bayou, but Generdyne shareholders?
Oh, sorry. That's a good one, Rook. No, it's not Generdyne's shareholders. It's good old Benny Bayou. That son of a bitch has a finger in every single pie in this sorry excuse for a city. Generdyne's no different. All off the books, of course. How the hell do you think Brayson Bayou got the job down there? It wasn't because of his good looks or smarts, I can promise you that.
Wait, so the answer was Benjamin Bayou, and yet it didn't give us an option to answer Benjamin Bayou? Okay. What's Brayson Bayou's story?
Nepotism gets him the job at Generdyne as their chief technician, yet the guy doesn't know the first thing about electrical engineering. They obviously invented the position just to give them more on a salary. One of the many poorly kept secrets in Neon. Frankly, I think he's such a screw-up. Benjamin Bayou stuck his ass in that facility under the city to keep him out of the limelight.
Anything I need to know about it? Ayumi Komiko? I butchered that.
Businesswoman. Tough as hull plating. She's the COO at Generdyne, and I can assure you she didn't get there with her winning smile. As for her relationships, well, that's a bit more complicated. Publicly, she's having a bit of a fling with Benjamin Bayou. But rumor has it that she's just using Bayou and having a little bit of fun on the side with Micah, the owner of Euphorica. If I were you, I wouldn't bother trying to appeal to her good nature. She's a manipulative person who uses people to get what she wants.
Can you give me the lowdown on Euphorica?
Pretty laid-back club over in Ebside. Owner's name is Micah. She's young, but sharp as a razor, and has gang muscle to back her up. The little Aurora lounge she has tucked away in the building is the real gold mine. Said she modeled it after opium dens on old Earth. Bayou takes a cut of the profits, of course, but rumor says it's way less than he usually takes. No one knows why.
I can imagine.
Watch your step. Benjamin Bayou has eyes everywhere.
Okay, thank you for your time. Okay, this guy says there's a piece of evidence to the left of the bar.
I wasn't doing anything.
Over here? To the left of the bar is a door to the back room. On the stand between the bed and the sofa is the next piece of evidence. Oh, here.
Pour me a velocity, dummy. I think we're in luck.
Estelle, you found a buyer. And in less than a week. I'm impressed.
There's just one teeny little catch, though.
Whenever there's a catch with you, it ends up costing me money.
Before you give me the guillotine, hear me out. The buyer wants the merch, but they want it tomorrow night.
And there it is. Do you have any idea what it will cost to get that many crates out of Xenofresh by tomorrow? No, not this time.
What if I told you they wanted 15 cases this time, at full price?
What about your comrades at the Crimson Fleet? Won't they want a taste? I'd hate to lose half of our profits.
You just worry about the shipment. I'll handle the fleet.
All right, Estelle. You have a deal. Here's your drink.
You're a doll, dummy. Cheers.
All right, so this good lady can work. Okay, so let's go ask Mika about Ayumi Komiko's whereabouts. Let's go grab some evidence first.
What's up?
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Bad part of town, buddy. I'm gonna do you a favor. Head back to Bayou Plaza before the disciples get you.
Who are these disciples?
A gang. Worst gang there is. They'll stab you for kicks, taking bets on how long you squeal before you bleed out. And that's not a hyper whatchamacallit. They seriously did that. Poor Ted.
I think I can handle myself.
Hey, it's your ass, not mine on the line. Whole area's gone to hell. Us crate rats used to think the Ebbside strikers were awful, with all the muggings and shakedowns, but now that they're on the ropes, kinda wish they weren't just holed up in Madame Sauvage's. Streets are getting bad. Real bad.
So these strikers are better?
I mean, yeah, they'll rob you blind, but at least they let you live. They're bad news, but compared to disciples, positive angels.
That's good to know.
Sure, sure. So, for being so helpful, chance for a donation. Come on, might be saving my life. What with the disciples and all. You have a heart.
1,000 credits. I knew you had an angle. Not this time.
Can't blame a fella for trying, right?
Right. Okay. Now, if we get accosted as we walk through Neon, that'd be great. Okay. Let's go for the evidence angle first. Hey, there's the statue of Bayou.
Sounds like she's trying to help someone.
Some ego, huh?
Honestly, I kind of tuned her out.
So we gotta go this way? I have no idea what that lady was even talking about. I'm sure that's fine. Alright. Let's see where we're going. Generdown Industries. So we have to go to the trade tower first. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's do a quick save in case we have to pass a persuasion check. Gina Shida.
Yeah, what? Is this important? I'm really busy right now. Let me save you some time. If you're here for a job, we're not hiring. If you're here about the conduction grid tour, we shut it down a year ago.
Let's see what he has to say about it. What's the conduction grid?
See that big yellow thing that's draped over almost the entire city? That's the grid, or what the locals call the span. Besides looking like some sort of madman's modern art piece, it's actually the main source of the city's power.
A tour would have been nice.
Well, like I said, it's shut down. Had to cut the entire tour staff too. Look, I'm sorry if I'm blowing up at you, but I've got a ton of problems and no time to deal with them all. I'm afraid that things aren't going terribly well around here.
Why are you being so open with this kind of sensitive information?
Why? Because I'm sick and tired of putting on a corporate face and pretending that nothing's wrong. It's do or die time around here. We can either spin our wheels forever or worse, go under completely.
I would have expected this company to be making a fortune.
Wish that was the case. Fact of the matter is, we're barely treading water. The conduction grid went online almost 75 years ago. And since then, we haven't developed a single groundbreaking innovation. At this point, the money we're taking in as a power utility barely covers the waste that's going on in the research and development division.
The conduction grid is Generdown's only product?
No, of course not. We still produce smaller power systems and backup generators, but nothing even close to the magnitude of the conduction grid. Genadine needs to come out with something spectacular to put us back on the map. If not, we'll remain stagnant forever. Or worse.
Are you in charge around here?
Unfortunately, no. I'm in third on the corporate ladder. One step above me is Ayumi Komiko. She's the COO of the company. And then there's Kaito Harada, our esteemed CEO who never seems to be around.
Sounds like you need a new person in charge of R&D.
You'd think that, right? The problem is that Brayson Bayu, Administrator Bayu's brother, is currently heading up the R&D division. I swear to you, the man doesn't know the first thing about power systems or electromagnetic technology.
How did Brayson get the job in the first place?
Isn't it obvious? Administrator Bayu clearly leaned on Ms. Komiko to get his brother hired. It's nepotism in action.
Yeah, he leaned on her, all right. Why do you care so much about what happens to Genadine?
I can give you 117 reasons. Our employees. If Genadine goes completely under, how many of them will lose their jobs? How many might get cut in a restructure? My position puts me in charge of the welfare of our personnel. I can't in good conscience allow that to happen to them.
So you don't have much of a choice.
None whatsoever. Look, I'm running out of options. No one above me seems to care what's going on, but I'm willing to take a chance. I have a full report on Brayson that I want to send to Administrator Bayu, but I don't know if he can be trusted. What do you think I should do?
What exactly does the report say?
It describes my aggravation with how badly Brayson Bayu is running the Research and Development Division. I'm also including a list of all the failed experiments he's greenlit, and how much they've cost Genadine as proof of his incompetence. I'm praying someone as financially successful as Administrator Bayu might be able to put aside his ego and look at this from a business perspective.
Yeah, I sincerely doubt that. I mean, if he sends the report, especially, I mean, come on, let's be real. He's banging the lady, okay? So, like, obviously he's going to do whatever keeps that going. But I'm just going to leave it up to him because I don't want to choose. Either way could be bad. And I don't want to get this guy, you know, disappeared, killed, buried, whatever.
Yeah, I get it. I don't want to get involved. Typical. Look, I still need to put the finishing touch on these reports. If you change your mind and you can help me decide, I'd really appreciate the help.
Mind if I ask you some questions about Ayumi Komiko?
As long as it doesn't get me into serious trouble. Ask away.
Do you suspect that she's involved in anything illegal?
Whoa. Okay, that's crossing the line. I can't discuss company matters like this.
I promise this is just between us.
Not happening.
Sorry, I'm not trying to make trouble. Just want to talk us through.
Look, I'd like to help, but...
Just tell me and I'll get out of your hair.
I don't have time for this.
Nobody will ever know you told me, I promise.
I hope I can trust you. Okay, listen. You didn't hear this from me, but I know she's up to something with Benjamin Bayu. He was in her office a few weeks ago, and they had some kind of shouting match. It got really heated until Bayu stormed out the door. I don't know what it was about, but I happen to know Miss Komiko keeps audio recordings of all her meetings in her safe. And before you ask, yes, I'll unlock it for you. Just don't tell anyone I helped, okay?
If you're so nervous about being involved, why are you allowing me into her safe?
Because I'm sick and tired of the corruption that's running through this city. People around here spend half their lives terrified about being backstabbed, and spend the rest of it planning on how they're going to screw over someone else. Something rotten is going on in this company, and one day, I hope to find out what it is.
Someone opened a door. I guess that's the door that he mentioned. Do you enjoy working under her?
She's my boss. She's fine, I guess. Look, like I said, I don't want to get into serious trouble. She might be a bit tough on all of us, but being responsible for Neon's power grid is a very stressful position. Sometimes that stress trickles down.
How long has she been your boss?
I've only been working here for a few years now, and she's been my boss the entire time. Well, the big boss is our CEO, Mr. Harada. But I've actually never met him. He lives somewhere in New Atlantis, I think.
That's all I wanted to ask for now.
Sure, no problem.
Where did Generdyne get its start?
Generdyne was founded in 2232 by the original designer of the conduction grid, Felicia Corbin. Working from her facility in Neon, it took her almost 25 years to get the conduction grid up and running. That was Generdyne's first and last major success.
Can you tell me how the conduction grid works?
The span above the city is outfitted with a specially developed electromagnetic absorption system. When a lightning discharge hits the span, the energy is instantly distributed across the grid to prevent overload. The energy is then transferred through a series of polyphasic capacitors and rectifiers to ensure all of the negative and positive strikes are equalized. At this point, the energy is clean, and it gets stored in massive storage cells in Neon's underbelly, from which it's parceled out and used for power.
Why aren't there conduction grids in every major city?
That's an excellent question, and the answer for it is surprisingly simple. The conduction grid is only effective in lightning-rich environments. That's why Volai was chosen as its primary development site. Generdyne has always hoped to adapt the grid's absorption technology for other applications, but nothing public has ever been announced. Thanks for taking the time to talk.
Not a problem. All right, so now we can move into our office.
Are you lost?
No. Well, kinda.
If you'll excuse me, I have a deadline to meet.
And no one's gonna stop me from just walking in here and grabbing it. There's a switch. I wonder what that's for. Well, let's just take the, oh. Do a quick save. Does it close those? Hey, there we go. Got it. Alright.
Are you supposed to be here?
You know, let's talk to this guy again.
Hey, I still have that full report on Brayson that I want to send to Administrator Bayou. Do you think I should send it or not?
Here's what I'm thinking. So we're working for UC SysDev, right? And if we're working with them to get all this stuff shut down, let's not get an innocent man killed, shall we? So let's tell him that he's dangerous and bury it. Good's going to come from this with the evidence, so let's not get him involved and not get him hurt.
You know what? You're absolutely right. I've heard Bayou's killed people for doing less. The hell was I even thinking? Hey, look, thanks for helping me out with this. It's been on my mind for a long time. If there's anything else you need, any questions at all, feel free to ask.
Did you know that your CEO, Mr. Harada, is actually Administrator Bayou?
What? Oh my god. Funny thing is, when you think about it, it actually makes perfect sense. I've never actually met Mr. Harada. I haven't even seen a picture of the man. I've only communicated with him via messages. So that means Bayou has a controlling stake in Generdyne already. And he's soaking up a corporate salary to boot. Pure genius. Well, this certainly puts a different spin on things. I'll just keep my head down for now and my mouth shut about Brayson Bayou.
That's for the best.
Hope to see you again soon.
What'd that say anyway? Meeting with Bayou?
Alright, Ben. What was so important I had to come to the office in the middle of the night?
It's the numbers, Ayumi.
I don't like what I'm seeing.
If you'd stop interfering with my company, the numbers would be better.
Your company? That's funny. I thought it belonged to Mr. Harada.
Give me a break. We both know you set up that identity so we could both reap the profits off the books.
If Generdyne was showing a profit, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
How the hell am I supposed to make a profit when all I have is your brother, the idiot, as my chief technician?
I'd choose your next words very carefully, Miss Komiko. Raise the utility costs to your clients, cut some staff, I don't care how you do it. I want Generdyne's profit soaring by the end of the month. And if I ever hear you talking about Brayson like that again, well, I'm sure you can imagine the consequences.
Oh boy. Protecting family when your family member is a moron. Classic tale. Classic. Okay. Now we can go talk to Komiko.
Have you tried one of our advanced teller machines? Galbank ATMs.
I heard there's shortages over at Reliant Medical. Not great. Doc Manning better get his act together before the place shuts down.
Gosh, we're getting so many side quests just walking through here. Interesting. Alright, into Euphoria. So it should be able to use that evidence against her. Alright, let's do a quick save.
Let's settle this once and for all. Velocity or Chimera?
You kidding? Chimera, all day. Why do you think I'm here?
I don't know. Chimera's nice, but Velocity, that will get you hammered.
See, you just proved my point. Down your third velocity, and you're out cold. By the third Chimera, you're floating on frickin' Cloud 9. I don't know about you, but that's where I'd rather be.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Where the hell did Micah learn to mix a drink like that anyway?
Oh, alcohol.
Let's face
Got it.
Some people just take it easy.
Welcome. Please, make yourself comfortable. I can offer you a drink, or perhaps you're here seeking access to our members' lounge, where you can enjoy your Aurora experience in peace.
Can I purchase Aurora here?
Sorry, no. Aurora sales are only permitted through the Astral Lounge. We simply provide a safe haven for you to enjoy it in peace. If you desire access to the lounge, you can purchase admittance for a completely reasonable fee. Otherwise, you're welcome to relax, listen to our music, and perhaps enjoy a Chimera.
What's a Chimera?
It's a specialty alcoholic beverage only served here at Euphorica. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Any other perks come with access to the members' lounge?
Not only will you be able to experience one of the most exclusive Aurora lounges in Neon, you also have access to our private bar. The bartender down there is a personal friend of mine, and he sells some rather unique items.
Okay, I'll buy access.
A wise choice. Here's your access key. Please let us know if anything in the lounge interferes with your comfort. If you need anything else, please, don't hesitate to ask.
What drink do you recommend?
Of course, I recommend our house specialty, the Chimera. It's a unique triple-layer drink that I believe you'll find quite delightful. It consists of mild cold soju on the top, a thin layer of fruit liqueur in the middle, and a strong dark soju at the bottom. The initial mildness of Chimera slowly warms the senses, which rapidly transitions into a sudden burst of sweetness from the fruit liqueur. This sweetness braces the palate for the impact of the much stronger, robust finish. It's a drink of my own design.
Well, that was descriptive. I'm looking for a Yumi Komiko.
You people should leave her alone. What do you want with her?
Why do you care so much about Ayumi?
Not that it's any of your business, but we're very close. We're in love. I refuse to let anything bad happen to her, no matter how much trouble she's gotten herself into.
Do you know she's sleeping with someone else? I have some documents for her to sign.
Yeah, sure. Tell me another one. You debt collectors are low-life assholes. She's broke, okay? Now get out of my club before I get really pissed off and have you thrown into the street.
I'm no debt collector. I'm from the Crimson Fleet.
The Crimson Fleet? Oh my, I'm sorry. I had no idea. I didn't mean anything by it, really. Sorry, well, I worry about her. Ayumi owes a lot of money around town. I'm trying to help her out. But, you know, I have a business to keep afloat. If you want to talk to her, you can find her in the members' lounge. You already have access, so you should know the way. You're always welcome here.
All right. Members lounge this way. Nice. There's a piece of evidence in here somewhere.
You good?
Back here. Let me see where it's at. Behind the bar. I don't see it.
If you require any Aurora to enhance your experience,
oh, there it is.
Let me know.
Can't you see I'm busy, Estelle? What do you want?
I've decided to accept your offer.
Let's make sure this is absolutely clear. I don't want any screw-ups. I'll provide the shipment IDs, the equipment description, and schematics, and in return...
In return, I disable the freighter, transfer the goods, and then transport it the rest of the way for final sale.
You got it. Too bad your friends back at the Key don't know you're cutting them out of the deal. I wonder what they'd say if they found out.
Probably the same thing your boss in the big shiny tower would say if he knew you were funneling electrical components, right?
Well, we don't have to worry about that because neither of them will ever find out. Right?
That's right, Toots. Let's just enjoy the credits and keep our big mouths shut, hmm? After all, it's just good business.
She tried to blackmail her, and then she blackmailed her right back. That's great. Okay. Is that all? Or it's all Aurora? All right. Quick save. And let's talk.
Yeah. What do you want?
You work for Generdyne, right?
Before you continue, let me save you some time. If you're having a problem with your POW or a complaint about your rates, you need to contact our customer service department. Anything else?
I need a way into the Generdyne power facility.
You must be zoned out of your mind, because there's no way anyone sober would say something like that.
Let's see here. Help me, or this evidence of your scheme with Bayou ends up on SSNN.
How the hell did you find that? It was Estelle Vincent, wasn't it? That bitch. I knew I should have kept that somewhere else. Here, take this pass. It should get you through the storage room entry to the facility. I'm warning you though. Once you're inside, you're trespassing in a high security zone. That means they shoot on sight. Good luck. You're going to need it.
What exactly do you do for Generdyne?
What is this? A job interview? I'm the COO of the company, second to the top, right under our esteemed CEO, Mr. Harada, also known as Benjamin Bayou. So when you ask me what I do for Generdyne, the answer is nothing. The Bayous run the show, and I tread water. The salary helps, of course, but at the end of the day, I'm just a joke. Sitting in an office to make things look legitimate.
I mean, hindsight, it sounds pretty easy. I'm guessing there's not much love for how things are progressing at Generdyne.
If you had to work with Grayson Bayou, you'd understand. The man is still a totally incompetent fool, and he's running our company into the ground. The worst part of it is that he's Administrator Bayou's brother. So I can't fire him. I can't reassign him. I can't even yell at him. It's like having a cut on your body, and you're helplessly watching yourself bleed to death. Except in our case, we're hemorrhaging money.
Why does Benjamin Bayou have to hide the fact that he's CEO?
Keeps him off the Freestar Collective's radar. They might actually step in if they discover that the same person controlling the city's regulations and bylaws benefits financially from them. If you haven't figured it out by now, Benjamin has a stranglehold on the city. You can't take a piss without him charging you after flush. Try and get in his way, and then he uses Neon security to beat you senseless, or the Sioga Syndicate to make you disappear.
Is there something personal going on between you and Benjamin Bayou?
I suppose if I don't explain, a copy of that recording you found might end up on the next SSNN report. Okay, fair enough.
You're correct.
A few years back, the previous CEO of Generdyne went missing. As the COO, I was next in line for the job. Instead, Bayou muscled his way into the company and gave me an ultimatum. Either back up his bullshit Mr. Harada identity, or I'm gone. I had no choice. But I decided right then and there, I was going to do whatever I could to take what was rightfully mine. If that meant seducing Bayou to tip him off balance, then so be it. Luckily for me, Mike has been incredibly understanding about the whole thing.
Oh. So she knew. What happened to the previous CEO?
What do you think happened? Bayou started sticking his nose into Generdyne's business, all but outright demanding a cut of the profits. In response, the CEO made a huge mistake by threatening to take his grievances to the FC. His shuttle never arrived. Need I say more?
She must be very important to you.
More than you can possibly imagine. Micah is the only person in this godforsaken city that's kept me from going completely under. She doesn't want money, doesn't use me for influence or as a stepping stone to get ahead. She loves me for being me, and I love her for being the same. And when this stupid bullshit is over, and Bayou is 10 fathoms deep under Neon, we'll be there for each other. Forever. If you get caught in Generdyne, that's on you. Good luck.
All right. Let's go to the underbelly. Thank you for your time, Micah.
Yeah, I know.
Fresh, warm food.
It's a living.
Okay, so this way. Oh. Is that the chasm bass? Well, excuse me. Guess I'll go this way. Here we are.
Security's got its eyes on Saburo Okadigbo. That's trouble for the status quo.
Not sure who that was that came out of there. Okay. So do I need to be sneaky, or can I just shoot out the place? Does it matter? I guess let's try to be sneaky first. I do have a silencer on this, right? No, it's a muzzle brake. Daggone it. Okay. Well, on the bright side, I should be able to one-tap them if I see them first. Oh. I guess that wasn't where I needed to go. Let's try to do this without getting caught. Ooh, that could be problematic. Oh.
Come on! I can't do this!
Don't do it. Well, there's no way I'm getting through this.
Catastrophic damage.
Yeah, I'm not spec'd into sneak at all, so there's no way. So with that being said, okay. We're not killing innocents though, so. I don't think we're getting bounty for that either, so that works out. Don't do it. Stay down. Stay down. I love how he hits me and then just runs. Ooh. Calm down, I'm not gonna hurt you. Inaccessible. Okay. So we can really only go this way. That works out. Yeah, I was going to try to get through this without any issues, but definitely not spec into stealth. Technician Wanyan's computer. Experimental report 002. My second attempt to adapt the conduction grid technology to a spaceship's shield array has failed. There are two main issues. First, the experimental grid draws power from the reactor, which is the opposite of what we want. For this to be a success, the grid needs to become self-sustaining when exposed to EM damage. Second, the insulating circuits that were utilized in Neon's grid are far too bulky to install in a shipborne module. My only choice at this point is to deal with the issue one at a time, as my resources down here are quite limited, and Chief Technician Bayou's advice continues to prove worthless. 006. After months of trial and error, I've discovered an alloy that might prove the perfect balance of conductivity and insulation that's required for the experiment to succeed. The problem is that the alloy consists of rare metals that we don't have on hand. I'm on the verge of a breakthrough, but Chief Technician Bayou insists that he has, quote, better ideas in the works, and refuses to pay for the raw materials that I need. I don't understand how he can be so blind. Does he want this company to fail? 11. After halting the insulation solution, I've turned my attention to the power drain issue. Using the lab's EM emitter, I have subjected GDY-072's grid to a wide array of impact simulations. From my observations, the grid remains self-sustaining for a short period of time, but reaches a fall-off point where it needs to draw power from the ship's reactor. Interestingly, this mysterious fall-off point seems to coincide with the temperature spike in the lateral array. Since the array we set up in the lab simulation is outdated, I put in a request to purchase a new one from Stroud Eklund. It's my hope that the updated array will not suffer the same issues. Number 20. This will be the last entry for the GDY-072 grid. I have hit a solid wall in the experiment and can't progress beyond this point. My knowledge of astronautics and ship systems is decent, but for the experiment to be a success, we need people with a high degree of expertise in those fields. Every request I've made to that extent has been denied or ignored. I am therefore terminating this experiment until another technician wishes to take over or Chief Technician Bayou resigns, and we get someone who actually knows what they're doing in this place. So it seemed like a lot of people did not like this guy. Makes me wonder where we'll find him.
Can't take it! I knew I'd find you.
Yeah, we're not killing innocents. No matter how annoying they are. That's the robot control. Okay, we already killed him. Alright. Any digipicks? Aha. Well, I hate we had to engage in combat here, but there's no way I could have got through it.
Now I got ya.
Thinks she hurt herself. Lots of good stuff here. I don't think I'm supposed to be under there. Ooh, I got stuck. Even the robot's freaking out. Guess that's some of the electrical interworkings. love how even the robots are freaking out. It's great. What is that? Apparently nothing important. Okay. Fastest food.
Laboratory result. Project GRD-092A. Technician Shibata reporting. I am reporting on the progress of Chief Technician Beiyu's project, the multi-terabyte nutriment preparation node. We've discovered by that directly connecting the power conducts into the conduction grid matrix, we can avoid signal loss. This should increase our output significantly and reduce the results by the factor of at least 10. Our goal, as per the chief technician, is to have my burrito ready the moment after I shut the door on the device. And though we've come close, we are still falling short by 3 seconds. We shall continue to investigate.
Okay. Makes sense. I really hate to level these guys, but it's kind of out of my control. Just don't do anything stupid. Ooh. Gosh, I've got to change that legendary effect. I hate that. Come on. Where'd you go? Ooh. I wonder which effect is causing that. Has to be bloodthirsty? Elemental? I think so. I will look once we get out of here. I'm more than aware.
You're dead. Hear me?
It's really odd there wasn't a way to avoid conflict here. Like there was in the last one. You would think there was a way. Engineering O'Bannon's computer. Maintenance request. 245B. Or sorry, 199A. Someone decided to hook up a 70 gigawatt rated coupling directly to one of our transducers and blew it up like a firecracker. Can someone talk to these clowns about safety and using proper insulation? Where they're finding all these poorly trained technicians is anyone's guess. 245B. Found a 12 centimeter blockage consisting of ground up plastic, metal, and glass that's been flushed. Can't be certain, but I'm pretty sure someone up there is zoning with Aurora and trying to get rid of the evidence. I'll pass this up to either Mr. Nishida or Miss Komako to handle. 386P. A fire in the laboratory caused extensive damage to one of the R&D areas. Thank goodness nobody was injured. Had to spend a week elbow deep in melted plastic and carbonized metal doing demolition, and then about 3 days replacing the walls, ceiling, and floor panels. These experiments are really getting out of hand. Is anyone practicing safety down here? Does CT Bayou even care? 444C. This is the 14th C grid panel to fail this year. Probably shouldn't be surprised, seeing as the tech is over 7 decades old. Biggest problem is that we need to climb the entire array to replace the panels. I don't enjoy dangling from a safety harness that high over the city. Would be nice if the brains in charge of this place would modernize the system.
I'm out of here.
Okay. Glad these guys aren't like attacking me. That's great. If y'all just calm down. Whoa. That's impressive.
I'm out of here. This is hopeless. I'm out. Can't do this.
Guess this goes. Just go back upstairs? Oh, okay. There's just 2 different entrances. Chill, calm down. Jeez.
Can't take it. This is hopeless.
Alright, power storage.
This isn't worth it.
Then run that way then. Here we go. Any guards? I don't think so. An unfortunate situation.
Technician Shibata, currently posted to Genodyne's R&D laboratory. Personal notation. I'd like to go on record about my feelings about Chief Technician Bayou. Though most of my fellow employees feel that he's underqualified and incompetent, I feel that they are underestimating him. I've spoken to Brayson at length, and I find him actually to be a kind and endearing person. I think that living in the shadow of his brother, Administrator Benjamin Bayou, has given him a bad name, and that's a shame. From what I can gather, he was placed in his current position against his own better judgment and asked to do the impossible. It's an unfortunate situation, but I will endeavor to get the rest of the technicians in the department to be more supportive.
So he did have someone on his side. That leads upstairs. Alright, let's see what this does. Conduction grid description. The conduction grid is an electromagnetic absorption system utilizing the shrouds suspended above Neon as a lightning conduction array. When a lightning discharge is created between the array and the troposphere, the energy is dispersed evenly across the system's receptors. It is then transported via conductive conduits into our processing facility, where it passes through a series of polyphasic capacitors and rectifiers. This ensures that the incoming energy is equalized from its original positive and negative state. Once the energy is cleaned, it gets stored in power cells located in the power core of the facility. Current power core status. Storage cell 1, 2, 3, and 4 are green at max capacity. Storage cell 5 is yellow active, and 6 is orange active. And here is the construction plans. Warning. Construction grid plans are highly classified. As a safety precaution, they are encoded with a 512-bit hollow matrix encryption. If decryption is required, please obtain a cipher from Chief Technician Brayson Bayou in our section. Oh, great.
This is hopeless. Come out.
Well, I guess we gotta meet this guy. Hold. Where'd he go? Whoop. Gotta watch for friendlies. Well, Brett said I can tap everything in one hit. Just a second. All right, we're good. Let's look around here for a second. There we are. You're the one running. Attention. If it's been 3 since you last, please go clear up. Be considerate of your colleagues. Dear management, the AC is drafty and some people smell. Please fix. Alright, that's where he came from.
We can't do this. You're dead. You hear me?
Sorry, excuse me. I'm just looking for loot. Woo! How did I miss that guy? Alright, got a small room here. Not really sure how I missed that. You think I'd be able to see a giant robot? Alright, we got a computer here. Generdyne message system. Inbox message 1033. Your last batch of progress reports was very disappointing, Miss Deshmuki. 3 years, no results. There's no excuse for that, including trying to blame your failures on Chief Technician Bayou. According to your file, you came to Generdyne with the highest of recommendations, but apparently we are misinformed. If I don't see an uptick in success results soon, I'll start searching for a replacement supervisor. Do I make myself clear? And these are coming from Komiko, that one was. This one's from Wanyan. I'm sorry to report another failure with experiment GDY-072. Although I am confident that we could adapt the conduction grid to be used as an EM-type shield for spacecraft, I am afraid our limitations are making the task impossible. I'm sorry I let you and Generdyne down. If you wish, I'll submit my resignation first thing in the morning. This one's from Komiko again. Just checking in to remind you that the entire laboratory facility is to be completely cleared of all personnel for Mr. Harada's impending visit on Saturday. As you know, Mr. Harada is a bit of a germaphobe, And I've given him every assurance that he won't encounter employees during his tour. Fair warning, anyone at all that we encounter that day will be instantly terminated. This was from Nishida. Sita, I don't know how much more of these corporate shenanigans I can stand. I've been yelled at twice by Ayumi this week for trying to go over her head, and I'm worried that my job is in jeopardy. I know that we both share the same concerns, so I hope you'll be able to meet me at Euphorica for a drink this evening. We have lots to discuss. Current power status, we already saw that. Okay, and we came in from this door. Yes. And this leads to a vent. Hey. Yep. I don't like that effect. We'll figure out which one it is. Alright, and this must be... Yep. Bryson Bayou. Oh, he knows something's up.
Stop! Please! Don't shoot. If you want the encryption cipher, you're welcome to it. There's no need for all this violence.
How did you know I was here for the encryption cipher?
When you access the computer in the power core, it sends a notification to be here. I knew you were coming. I just didn't know when.
Oh, so it didn't even matter if I was caught or not. There has to be a catch.
No catch. I'm not trying to trick you. You want the cipher? It's yours. At this point, I'd do anything to get back at my brother. He deserves everything he's got coming to him.
We already know the answer to this, but who's your brother?
You're kidding, right? My brother is Benjamin Bayou. The one and only. He's the administrator of Neon. And the reason I'm so damn miserable.
I agree. He deserves everything coming to him.
I think you could safely say that most of Neon would agree. You know, I've spent my entire life living in Ben's shadow. Everything always works out for him, while I've been bouncing from one job to the next, barely keeping afloat. And all the while, he laughs at me behind my back. Thinks it's hilarious to make fun of his stupid brother. Like I wouldn't eventually find out.
How do you know he talks about you behind your back?
One advantage to being perceived as stupid is that no one takes you seriously. When I walk into a party, I'm instantly the resident social pariah. My eyes and ears are wide open. I can't tell you the number of times I've overheard that my brother has spread amusing anecdotes about his stupid brother.
You should expose Benjamin Bayou for everything shady he's done.
That wouldn't do any good. For every scheme he's gotten himself into, he has a bulletproof exit strategy. Man's virtually immortal. You know what? I am sick to death of being pushed around. It's my turn to take control for once. The passcode for my terminal is GEN-41A18. That should give you access to the cipher and whatever else you need. I'm getting out of here while I still can. After you're done, I suggest you do the same.
Why are you and Benjamin at such odds with each other?
Because he's a two-faced son of a bitch, that's why. It's not like I should be surprised. When we were younger, we never got along very well. I mean, he's 11 years older than I am. We had two different mothers. Might as well have been from two separate families.
That's quite an age gap.
Well, there's a reason for that. I never knew my actual mother. She was my father's mistress. And I was told she vanished from Neon when I was only 2 years old. Ben's mother, she didn't give a crap about me. Wouldn't even let me call her Mom. I just had to call her Liliana. Can you imagine? And then there's Dad. So buried in the day-to-day operations of Neon, he didn't have time to pay attention to his bastard son.
You ever sought out your birth mother?
Yeah, I've tried, but I always hit a dead end. It's as though she was here one day and suddenly vanished the next, and then her existence was erased from everyone's memory. I wouldn't be at all surprised if my father had her killed to avoid public embarrassment. That's the kind of man he was.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, everyone's sorry. Just as sorry as I am. Look, I appreciate what you're trying to do, and it's nice to get this off my chest, but talking about it isn't gonna change a thing. That's why I gave you the encryption cipher. Anything I can do to stick it to Ben, that's the real therapy.
How did you end up working at Generdyne?
As usual, you can thank my dear brother for that. At first, he made me deputy administrator. That went well, until I wouldn't cooperate with Owen Dexler and all of his thugs at Neon Security. Then he had me work with Valentina over at Xenofresh, helping with Aurora distribution, until she pinned a credit skimming scam on me. And now, here I am, chief technician at Generdyne, when I don't even know the first thing about electrical engineering.
How rough are things down here for you at Generdyne?
On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, I'm at about, I don't know, a -8. I don't have the background for this electrical engineering stuff. Chief technician? It's ridiculous. Ben stuck me down here expecting me to work miracles. He didn't stop for even a second to think of the repercussions. That's so typical. All I need is one breakthrough, one, and I could shove this job right in his face. Damn, that would feel good.
I'm fairly sure the conduction grid can be adapted into anti-EM weapon technology.
Holy crap. You might be right. I mean, it would take some time, but I bet I could figure it out. Huh. All this time I've been trying to develop something new, and it's been staring me in the face for years. Oh man, that is so like me. Thank you for giving me that kick in the ass I needed to get going. Do me a favor and don't tell my brother we talked. He, wouldn't like it.
Sure thing, man. So one of the companies I do videos for now, I used to work there, but the problem was my mom and dad both worked there. So no matter what I did, no matter how hard I worked, it was always, your mom and dad gave you this job, your mom and dad did this, your mom and dad did this. So I completely understand where he's coming from. Okay, this elevator leads to where? I can't go to either of those. I wonder if I cannot try to access this computer. Encryption routine. Encryption software detected, now applying 512-bit hollow matrix encryption scheme to the data. Decryption complete. Upload subsystem data input. Data packets have been transferred to the Generdyne mainframe. Please allow approximately 13 to 20 seconds for the data to full integrate with the system. This will be fully integrate. And here's the message systems. Let's see. Okay, these are new. This is from Comico. According to last month's budget reports, you've spent over 10,000 credits and have nothing to show at the review. This has to stop. For the last 2 years, you've been promising some kind of breakthrough, yet you have absolutely nothing to show for your supposed efforts. I've spoken to Mr. Harada and we're both very disappointed. but willing to give you another chance. You need to bring us something tangible. Brayson, we've had to pull storage cell 04 offline again today for a full diagnostic. According to our figures, it's reporting only a 93% efficiency rating, which indicates that it's slowly but surely in a process of degradation. We must get the budget to fix these aging power cells, or in a few years' time, we could be looking at a total plant shutdown. Let's see what this one is. As per your request, here's the status of our currently active experiments. 22 failed, total meltdown of all internal components. 3-1 ongoing. Recommend replacing the windmill blades due to lightning damage. 53 failed, all test subjects deceased. Yikes. Order 4 new test subjects placed. 67 failed, hydrothermic coils overheating, suggest total redesign. 72 failed. Project canceled due to projected costs and lack of personnel. 74 active. Setup complete. Requests more time to adapt the plants to salt water. 77 active. Setup ongoing. Should be completed within the month. And then this one. The emergency exit from your office has been completed as per your specifications. The lift should bring you directly to the surface and can be easily accessed using a standard elevator call system. The cost has been deducted from your personal account as requested. Please let me know if you have any issues with the product. Okay. Can we say anything else to this guy?
Was there something else?
No, we're good.
Feels good to be in control for a change.
All right. Can't go to the penthouse. Trade tower lobby. Oh. Okay. Now we gotta return to Estelle. Uh-oh.
Ah, there you are. What kept you? I believe we have a lot to discuss. It's obvious you're here to meet someone. Fortunately for them, they rented this VIP room under a false name. I assume that same someone provided you with that clever little virus you installed into Generdyne's systems.
You were expecting me?
Well, yes. You didn't think your little foray into Generdyne would go completely undetected, did you?
I mean, I did shoot up the place, so no. If you know why I'm here, then you know what's at stake.
All too well. You know, I should give credit where it's due. That virus is quite impressive. It will cost me tens of thousands of credits to remove. That's the last time I'll ever take the Crimson Fleet's capabilities for granted.
Why do you care if the Crimson Fleet steals Generdyne's secrets?
Because, like the majority of revenue-generating businesses in the city, I have a vested interest in Generdyne's profits. But more importantly than simply losing money, I don't like anything in my city being interfered with without my approval.
Cutting a deal with the fleet will be cheaper than paying to remove the virus.
Probably. But do you want to know why that's not going to happen? It's because I don't negotiate with pirates. They don't understand commitments or contracts. How to get the deal done with finesse. No. For your kind, it's only brute force and violence. Shoot first, take whatever you want, and ask questions later. That's not how I do business.
Your arrogance is astounding.
That's what they tell me. Look, I'm not here to debate. I'm here to make an offer. All you have to do is tell me who's profiting from the virus you've uploaded. In return, I'll let you leave the city alive.
Oh boy. What will happen to them?
You don't have to worry about that in the least. You point me to our little mole, and I'll do the rest. You don't even have to get your hands dirty.
Perhaps we can come to a financial arrangement instead.
My dear friend, you couldn't possibly offer me enough money to offset the embarrassment that this has caused. I'm afraid you'll just have to reveal your source.
Okay, so we're trying to shut down the Crimson Fleet, so it would make sense to turn in Estelle. She was also kind of a butthole. I'm definitely not doing Brayson. Let's just say it was me.
Really? That's the story you're going with. Very well. There's a body that Neon Security is going to be discovering very soon. One with concrete evidence that links you to the murder. I'd say you have about 1 hour to leave this place before you have a price on your head. So, I assume this concludes our little arrangement, and you'll be leaving our fair city. Oh, when you get back to the key, be certain to give Neva and Delgado my warmest regards.
I'm assuming that's going to cost us some bounty. That's okay, though. I'd rather pay it than have anyone fall to Benjamin Bayou. Let's get out of here. We'll deal with that later.
Borealis, you know, DJ. Well, she's moping around. She lost it.
Your safety is almost guaranteed. So go out. Have your
Be careful around here.
Excuse me. I think I went the wrong way. I did. Back this way. There we go.
You didn't see anything.
Nothing like the velocity of the rough ship at sea.
Glad you're back. Sorry about the whole Benjamin Bayou thing at the Astral Lounge, but I didn't have much of a choice. Can you believe the nerve of that smug son of a bitch? The man is priceless.
What happened at the Astro Lounge?
Well, I was hoping we'd celebrate your return with some drinks and a pile of Aurora. I was about to start partying early when Boone Morgan tipped me off that Bayou was on his way down with some Neon Security goons. I'm pretty sure I missed him by less than a minute. Left a ton of good stuff behind, damn it.
I handled the situation.
So I've heard. Throwing yourself under the bus like that. Ouch. You are one crazy son of a bitch.
It was for the Crimson Fleet, so it benefits us all.
That might help you sleep at night, but doesn't do me a hell of a lot of good. Since Bayou flagged the virus, I can't risk accessing the system now. All that work I did trying to crack Generdyne is gone. Now I'm in a bit of a bind. The prep work for this job put me in deep for a bunch of cash, and I have no way to pay it all back.
Who do you owe money to?
Well, a business partner of mine named Nix was the author of the virus. Don't know if you know him or not. Then there's the folks I paid to keep an eye on Ayumi Komiko, a few of the guards at Generdyne. Like I said, it was a huge job. Honestly, I shouldn't be revealing my sources because that puts you on their radar as well. But hey, you asked.
Probably some of those guards that we, shot. When I get back to the key, maybe I'll put in a word with Delgado.
That's pretty cool of you to offer, but I know what he's gonna say.
Sorry, Estelle. This was your scheme. You're on your own.
Believe me, he's not gonna be much help. Look, I was hoping you'd pick up on what I was trying to ask. What the hell with it? I'll just ask. Can you cut me in for a little bit of cash you're making on this job? I mean, I did get you inside and practically hand you the data on the grid.
I mean, she's not going to be able to use them because she's going to get caught anyway. So, no, we all have our problems to deal with.
Well, that's just great. I'm in debt laying low from Bayou and his brute squad, and now you're shutting me out? Delgado sure knows how to pick 'em. You know what? When you get back to the key, why don't you tell Delgado that I've had enough of his bullshit? I'm through.
Sounds good. Next. All right, let's make a quick pit stop to... hold on. There we go. Alpha Centauri. Let's go to our outpost. I gotta figure out what is causing that stupid flare or whatever it is whenever I shoot on the screen. Can't stand it. I also think I want a silencer. That would have really come in handy. Well, not really, because the guards would have found me out anyway. But I think a silencer would be better than what I have. Okay. First, let's do this. Let's do a quick save. I think it's the elemental thing, so let's remove that. Let's see. Damage upgrade, extended mag, hitman, elemental. I think it's this. So all we can do is re-roll it for 100 grand. Great. Cannot remove it. Wow. Concussive. Well, I guess let's see if that is what it was. Should be some enemies somewhere. Well, I said that. Honestly, if that takes it off, I'm okay with that, because that was a very annoying thing to have to do with. Is it the health? Okay, let's reload. Maybe it's the health one. I guess it's not the elemental. So that's nice. We gotta figure out which one it is, though. This will drive me nuts. Killing enemies grants health. That would make sense. Let's just go ahead and remove it and see if it works. Killing elite increases your damage on 50% for 15 seconds. There's not really a lot, is there? Let's just remove it and see if that does it. I'd rather not have it than have that issue. Let's try that.
How are you?
That's what it was. Okay. I'll have to choose another one at a different time. Okay. Let's do a little bit of outpost building to end the episode. Oh, wait. We have to return to the key. Hold on. Let's do that first. Then we'll come back and do a little outpost building.
All hell's breaking loose, Rook. Delgado needs you in the repair bay with Jazz as soon as possible.
Don't you want to hear what happened in Neon?
Hooray! You got the conduction gizmo. You did exactly what we asked you to do. Good work, pat on the head. Are you ignoring me or something? I just said there's an emergency.
Hope it isn't bad. Oh, wait. Someone overcook a potato in the microwave?
Oh, that's hilarious. You're a real comedian, you know that? Now get your ass to the repair bay. Go!
I like my weapons like I like my coffee.
What the heck's going on in the repair bay?
Yeah.
And you are sure we will have those defense batteries up and running?
No. I'm not sure. They're in bad shape, Del. Really bad shape. I'm already using duct tape and spit to keep the station from falling apart, and you want me to pull a rabbit out of my hat?
I don't want to hear excuses. I want to hear that it's going to be fixed. Period. Get it done.
All right. I'm on it.
You want to quit standing there and hand over the conduction grid data?
Well, geez, you were talking. I didn't want to interrupt you. What's this about defensive batteries?
Nothing you need to worry about.
Stay in your own space lane and let Jazz do her damn job. Now, do you have what we sent you to Neon for, or not?
This guy's a real butthole. Can't wait to see him rotting in a cell. It's right here.
Ah, perfect. I'll take that.
Dependable as always. Unlike some people we know.
Oh, that's real funny.
All right, listen up because I don't want to repeat this twice. We've gotten word that UC Systef is massing somewhere nearby for an attack on the key. While we prepare for their arrival, I want you to head straight for Bannock 4 and bring Crix's legacy home.
Why is Crick's legacy so important? He is not going to like this question.
Oh my god. Haven't you been paying attention? The only reason half the fleet's captains haven't scattered across the settled systems is because they're waiting for their part of the score. No money means no protection. No protection means we are done when Systef arrives. Simple enough for you?
How do you know that Systef is massing for an attack?
I have a very reliable source at Mast. They were so concerned that the threat was real, they actually jumped the information out to us right away.
I'll prep my ship immediately.
Just slow down and listen before you jump the gun and ruin everything. Lay it out, Jess.
All right, first things first. I'm gonna upload this data you snagged from Generdyne into the Keys databanks. All you need to do is build and then install a conduction grid module onto your ship.
Oh, and if you haven't already, you'll need the comm spike module installed as well.
Once your ship is ready, jump out to Bannock 4, board the Legacy, and bring us the cash.
What if nothing's there when I get to Bannock 4?
You better pray that isn't the case, because that means we are done. As in, no more Crimson Fleet.
Where do I build the ship modules I need?
Everything you'll need for ship repair and construction is down in Jass's section of the key. If you have any questions about the modules, she'll have all the answers.
Sounds simple enough.
Nothing around here is simple.
Dell's right. You have to follow these steps carefully, or don't bother coming back. After you board the Legacy, be on the lookout for 2 transfer modules. They're special keys that allow access to the ship's vault. Once you locate the vault's control center, hook up the data core I'm gonna give you, and download everything they've got.
And before you get any bright ideas, like running off with the money, that currency is going to be heavily encrypted. Only a genius like Shinya will be able to crack that encryption, so bring it back here right away.
What if Shinya can't crack the encryption?
That would be a first. I have yet to see encrypted currency that Shinya could not manipulate within hours. I mean, the guy plugs his body directly into his mainframe. He eats, breathes, and shits numbers all day. No, I'm not worried about him.
Why will I need 2 transfer modules to open the vault?
Because those Galbank ships were carrying so much money they didn't even trust their own crew.
Shinya is not the only one. The UC has the resources to crack that code.
Which is exactly why you need to get there first, and we can't let it fall into their hands. Look, I'm gonna make this real simple for you. If that money ends up anywhere but the key, I will hunt you down and pry it out of your dead hands myself. Now get moving.
What's your biggest worry regarding the upcoming attack?
The toughest nut to crack is if UC Sistef brings in the Vigilance. That Commander Ikande has himself a hell of a ship there. Advanced shield tech, bristling with weapons. I would love to see that thing burn. If we hope to stand a chance against it, we need those defensive batteries and Krix's legacy.
Who are these captains you keep mentioning?
You've met some of them already. Matis Castillo, Yevgeny Rokov, Juan Dayu, Estelle Vincent, and Adler Kemp. They might feel like independents to you, but each one of them has a stake in the Crimson Fleet, and each one of them wants a cut of the wealth. I am sending word out to every able-bodied captain that they are needed. We'll see how many answer the call.
It's not going to be many of them. Is there more to Krix's legacy than just the money?
The Crimson Fleet isn't really a fleet. It's an ideal, a principle that Krix sought to set up so that pirates didn't infight over scraps. Over time, that notion has been lost. Captains have been turning their backs on the fleet, doing jobs on the side, killing each other. Bringing Krix's legacy back to the fleet would be like validating everything Jasper Krix believed in. And I'm certain it would unify us once again. Of course, it wouldn't exactly hurt to have all that extra money at our disposal. But I think you catch my meaning. Now get your ass to Bannock 4.
I need to get those defensive batteries online, so make this fast.
How will the comm spike module help me find the legacy?
The comm spike traces and decrypts coded signals. As long as you have the transponder ID, you can track pretty much anything. That file you lifted from the Galbank archives contained the Legacy's transponder code, which I'll program into your nav system. All you have to do is get within the vicinity of Bannock 4, and the comm spike will automatically point you to the target. Cute toy, huh?
How will the conduction grid module help me get to the legacy?
Well, you already know that the conduction grid does a pretty nifty trick. It absorbs extreme voltage and converts it to usable power on Neon. The version for your ship can still absorb incoming electrical energy, like, say, the EM field surrounding Bannock 4, but it can't store the power.
Instead, it just scatters the EM harmlessly away from the hull, insulating you from frying every circuit aboard. As a nice side effect, I'm betting the module will make your ship somewhat EM weapon resistant and boost its shield regen. Lucky you.
What can you tell me about the key's defensive batteries?
There are 3 defensive batteries, basically high-powered military space turrets, triangulated around the key. They were part of the UC's original defenses for the station. Pretty effective, too. Can put some serious hurt on enemy spacecraft. The good news is that the batteries have an incredibly wide field of coverage, so they can pick off ships trying to reach the key from any vector. The bad news is that they're 100-year-old tech. They keep breaking down and are expensive as hell to keep operational.
Good to know for later. Mind helping me with my ship?
Not a problem. Conduction grid data is all set up in the system, so should be an easy install. All right, let's...
Okay, so here's the problem I'm running into. This really only does... Hold on. So it does 198 hull damage, 58 shield damage. I need something that does both, because I'm running into problems where I can take down their ship. But I need to break their shields first. So let's see what we have here. See, that's particle, which I guess makes sense. And it looks like particle systems are going to be kind of whoa. That's a missile launcher. Let's see, pulse laser. Gauss cannon. That does everything better. Shield damage, max power. I guess that is ballistic. Energy FX, shields, ballistic, hull, and EM systems. It's the MKE-9 Gauss gun. Be back out just a second. Do I have enough for starship design? I gotta do 15. Okay. Well.
I need to get those defensive batteries on. Not a problem. Oh.
Huh. So the only thing that we really have is... It's a Mark 9. This is far better than what we have. I'm gonna go with that. Versus what? Oh yeah, it's way better. Electron beam, that's just electronic. Auto projector. Those are the cannons. Yeah, I'm gonna go with this. It's better in nearly every way. Okay, now let's enter shipbuilder. And then we need to do... Let's see. Weapons, structural, shields, reactors, halves, grab drives, gear. Fuel tanks, equipment. Oh, there it is. Conduction grid and comm spike. Okay. I don't think it really matters where we need to put these. As long as they go somewhere. I don't think it matters. We'll just put that over here. And then we'll put this over here. There we go. The way it's kind of out of the way. That's a reactor, Class C, at 27 power. There's a Class C at 30, but I think it's too big. Love to have it though. I don't think I can even put that in my... Yeah, I don't think I can use that. 35 power. It's not C though. Oh, it does fit. Ship is missing a weapon assignment. Yeah, there we go. Reactor 30. Equip power 26. Cool. And this is the grab drive, which we don't need to upgrade that at all. Do we have any more cargo that we can do? I know we have some more cargo area. We're using these. The red ones. Oh, so that's the next one. Store max. I don't know if those will even go on my ship, to be honest. Store max? No, not a chance. I bet the thinner one would, though. Oh, it does. Give me a little bit more leeway. Okay, and then we will paint it. Let's see, select all, color, then gray. Nice, there we go. Cargo's almost 5,000 now, so that's good. All right, I think that's good for now. All right.
I always thought heat leeches were just pests.
Okay, let's take the rest of the time that we have for this episode and let's go to our outpost. Proceed to the UC Vigilance. Oh, right, we have to do that. Okay.
Most of our operations team graduated. I heard we might see some action.
All support ships have arrived, Commander.
Good. After we're done here, arrange it briefly. I want all of their CEOs over here as soon as possible.
Yes, sir.
There you are. Where have you been? I've received the reports about that stunt you pulled inside of Genadine. Opening fire inside a civilian facility. Are you out of your mind?
Generdyne is furious at us right now. They want Commander Reconde to resign.
What am I supposed to do when I've run out of options?
You search for more options. And when those fail, you search for even more. anything that prevents you from drawing that weapon. The only reason you should be opening fire on anyone is in the defense of your own life.
That was in defense of my own life. They were shooting at me. Do you actually need to resign?
Fortunately, provided just enough information for me to convince the council that this program should continue. There are people that will handle Jenadine's lawyers, so we can continue our jobs bringing down the Crimson Fleet. That doesn't diminish the gravity of the mistake you've made.
I didn't have a choice.
You always have a choice. People have died because you were too stubborn to find a safer solution. This is not how UC SysDev operates. I don't care if we're one step away from Crix's legacy. If you do it again, you're off this operation, and I'll have Top throw you in the brig.
It'll be my pleasure, sir.
All right. I think we're all in agreement here. So let's get back to the operation at hand. It's time to put all the cards on the table and prepare to attack the key.
Boy, this guy's just a walking contradiction with an accent, isn't he? Okay. They're in quite a panic over there.
Good. The more confusion and panic we cause, the more damage we can potentially inflict. Before you jump to Bannock 4, I need to make one thing abundantly clear. The credits from that Galbank transport cannot reach the fleet. You have to bring them here at all costs. If Delgado gains access to those resources, we might be touching off a battle we can't possibly win.
We've been monitoring the Crimson Fleet's comm chatter in the Crix system. They're gathering allies by making promises based on your success.
As much as I hate to admit it, UC SysDev won't stand a chance. The fleet will become stronger and more unified than ever.
I suppose running off with the money and keeping it for myself is out of the question.
I'm pretty sure you're joking. But just in case you're fishing for what I'd say, I can tell you this. That money doesn't belong to you, or the Crimson Fleet, or even UC SysDev. It was for war reparations and belongs to the people. Allowing Delgado to get Crix's legacy, or keeping it for yourself would have extremely serious repercussions.
As long as he doesn't yell at me again. I'll bring Crix's legacy back to the Vigilance.
I've always known that when it came down to it, you'd do the right thing. All right, I guess this is it. Do whatever prep you need to do aboard the Vigilance, and then head out to Bannock 4. When you return here with Crix's legacy, we'll begin the attack. Good luck.
What will happen to Crix's legacy after I bring it to the UC SysDev?
During the end of the Narian War, the money was destined to bolster the Freestar Collective's coffers. Even though we were rivals at the time, and I suppose we still are to some extent, the credits still rightfully belong to their people. After the money is turned over to Mast, I'm certain arrangements will be made to return the money to the proper authorities in Aquila City.
How did you convince the UC to authorize an attack?
The evidence you've been bringing to Lieutenant Toft has been instrumental in convincing the brass at Mast to greenlight the attack. They've sent us support ships, extra troops, weapons, all on account of your role in the operation. To put it simply, if it wasn't for you, this operation would be at a standstill.
What is the primary directive of the SysDev?
Our directive is simple. We are tasked with the eradication of space piracy in the settled systems. As the chief source of pirate activity, the Crimson Fleet is our primary target. All my hopes go with you. Good luck.
Looking for some last-minute advice?
Will you be able to decrypt Crix's legacy once I bring it back to the UC Vigilance?
Even as long ago as the Narian War, Galbank used an extremely potent level of encryption on their currency. Unfortunately, the unlocked ciphers are lost to time. However, if you can bring us one of Galbank's old transfer modules, I know it would help. Don't worry, I'm sure some of the techs at Mast will be able to work with whatever you bring to reverse the encryption.
Are you familiar with the key's defenses?
Anything you can tell us would be helpful.
They're rounding up as many captains as they can to bulk up their fleet.
Yeah, I heard they even sent word to some of the contacts you met. They're writing an awful lot of checks they can't cover without Crix's legacy, but we'll be ready for them. Anything else?
Jasmine Durand is trying to get the Key's defensive batteries online.
Damn it. I was afraid of that. I'll warn our ships to use looser formations. Hopefully Durand isn't as clever as she thinks she is, or you can help us take the batteries down when the attack begins. Was that all?
That's it for now.
Okay, well, if anything else springs to mind before you leave, please let me know.
I have evidence for you.
Good. The more you find, the stronger our case.
Got some solid dirt on Estelle Vincent.
Perfect. Taking her out of the running is going to seriously damage the Crimson Fleet's hold on Neon. Even better, that's one less fleet captain and one less ship to worry about. Have any more?
Grab this from a Generdyne executive's office. Pretty damning stuff.
Benjamin Bayou, pride of the Free Star Collective. The authorities there have been trying to nail him for a long time. Bringing us proof that he's been manipulating Generdyne from the shadows is pretty tasty stuff. The FC will pay dearly for this. Good job. Any other fragments?
I'm willing to bet this will put Ayumi Komiko from Generdyne in deep trouble.
Perfect. Komiko's wanted for corporate violations in UC territory, but having concrete evidence means we extradite her and nail her to the wall. I'm sure we can arrange a prisoner trade with the Free Star Collective, make it beneficial for both interested parties. Have any more?
And poor Benjamin Bayou loses his little lady friend. How sad. That's all I have for now.
All right. Keep up the good work. We'll see you soon.
All right.
Early reports say your mission on the Siren is a success.
Let's get out of orbit of this. Ooh, I love the lights on those new ones. Oh, it's awesome looking. Instead of having just a plain cargo, like it's got lights on either edge of it. That makes it look really good. I love it. All right. Alrighty. And that's where we're going to end this episode. So in the next one, we will see how the Crimson Fleet questline ends. And we'll see what's on this Crix's legacy. Until then, take good care of yourselves, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye for now.